Vogue Football back again with your latest Scottish transfer and just general news. And Dundee United have failed to overturn Ryan Edwards' red card against Hearts. Andy Halliday, not happy. What's going on there? Edwards knows what he's doing, but he's killed his team. I didn't really expect this to get overturned, and it hasn't. So yeah, are Dundee United fans greeting at this, or are they not really surprised? Leave your thoughts down below. But that is the first bit of news today. Also, Motherwell chief executive is joining Aberdeen. I've noticed this, right? Aberdeen, since they sacked Goodwin, have been announcing all these people, to be like in the backroom staff. But the way they've done it, I'm not saying like you would assume it's a manager, but like you would assume it's a manager. Like, you'd think if they're going to make a big announcement, like all over Instagram and Twitter, it's like big capital letters, Alan Burrows. What? Who's Alan Burrows, man? I know he's Motherwell chief executive, but he's not exactly Dwayne the Rock Johnson. He's some guy with a haircut out of fucking 2007 at the end of the day. But anyway, let's dive into the gossip column because that's the last few news articles, and I don't think David Goodwilly's in here, but he signed for a club, played one game, scored a hat trick, and then has been banished from said club. The joke's been overused, but Goodwillie gone bad. Anyway, I digress. Celtic remain confident that Ange will not leave them in the lurch for Leeds United, despite mounting speculation that the manager's name has made it onto an Ellen Road shortlist. Leeds United admire the work that Ange has done at Celtic and could test the water with an approach as they seek a replacement for Jesse Marsh. We made the Fed yesterday. Make sure you go check it out now. Half the Fed was literally arguing about where our things on a map and what countries belong to what countries and what your identity is. If you want to go check that out for the second half of that Fed yesterday, you're more than welcome to. But bottom line, Leeds are nowhere near the size of Celtic. And money aside, I don't think Ange is going to go to Leeds. Now, if it's Liverpool, I think he probably would. But then again, I'm not saying Ange would 100% jump to manage Liverpool because, I think he would, but I don't think it's a done deal. Like, with Rodgers, I know Celtic fans never thought it would happen, but there's something that strikes me about loyalty with Ange. He talks about we never give up, all that stuff. I'm not saying he wouldn't leave them, but I don't think he would leave Celtic mid-season, if that makes sense. But again, I think a lot of people would leave their current club if Liverpool came asking for them, especially, after Klopp leaving, they would need someone who's strong to be like, see that club I'm currently at? No. But Alfredo Morelos has rejected interest for Turkey. I made a vid on that on my own channel, which is good for Rangers, and he's not ruled out signing a new contract at Ibrox. But Chris Wilder has rejected the Aberdeen job. Chris Wilder, of course, they reached out to him. Why is it not? Why the fuck wouldn't he manage Aberdeen? Is it because he's English? He's like, oh, I'll just get a wee cushy job in the Championship. Guess what, Chris Wilder, mate? You're a fucking fud. Like, who the fuck would turn down Aberdeen? Big club in Scotland, won the Champions League. What the fuck Sheffield United and Middlesbrough ever done? They're pish, son. Right? They're absolute dog, mate. Aberdeen winger Shayden Morris is set to miss the rest of the season with a hamstring issue, and Hibernian striker Kevin Nisbet is setting his sights on a Scotland recall for Euros 2024 qualifiers against Cyprus and Spain next month. I was trying to get tickets for that, but that didn't really work out. I think you can still get tickets for Cyprus, but I don't think I'm actually off, which would be a bit shite. Having scored 8 goals in 8 games on his return from a long-term knee injury, and also Callum Patterson, since he's no going to Hearts, looks like he's just going to sign a big deal at Sheffield Wednesday. Hibernian Academy chief Steve Keane believes under-19s are on the verge of commanding regular starting places in the Easter Road first team after watching them go toe-to-toe with Borussia Dortmund in a heartbreaking UEFA Youth League playoff defeat. Aberdeen interim manager Barry Robson has revealed he had no part in Vincent Bazougin's deadline day loan exit to Elixir Rotterdam. And then, it goes on to mention David Goodwillie. Fuck, actually, I thought I actually thought it was an English club. No, a Scottish club he was playing for. I didn't know it was an English club. Well, there you go. John Hortson saying get rid of VAR. But of course, he spent the last 20 years greeting about decisions that didn't have VAR. So what's it going to be, John Hortson? Is it rigged or is it no rigged? And also, people are saying that Humphreys' goal was better than Beckham's from the 90s. And I actually agree. Beckham's one against Wimbledon's very overrated, in my opinion. And also, Let's be real about it. The coach didn't even tell me I missed the World Cup cut. I had to find out on TV. That is shite for Kolak. But what is this? SFA tangled up in spider's web. Queen's Park, why did club explosion rule not apply to Celtic and Rangers? So apparently, Celtic and Hearts have played ineligible players and it didn't apply to them. Is there a conspiracy? What's going on there, SFA? Yeah, a couple of fannies.